Good evening, everyone. The Michigan Tech Huskies and Northern Michigan Wildcats met last night in Houghton, with the Huskies grabbing the win. Tonight, the two would meet back on the ice, but it would be at the Berry Event Center. The NMU Wildcats are getting ready for their home game in this home-and-home series. Into the first, Northern on the power play, but Dylan Stamen with a terrific shot past Tolvanen there for the shorty. That made it 1-0 Huskies. Later in the first, Colin Peters would be called for a checking from behind and receive a game misconduct. That gave the Huskies a lot to capitalize on. Here's the first time they capitalized. That's Hainanen in front. He scores the goal on the 5-on-3 power play. It's 2-0 Huskies. Still in the first, and the Huskies, they're still on a power play. And check this one, Ock to Baltus, and he goes to where the good stuff is. That's a top shelf shot there. 3-0 Huskies. Northern would try to get stuff going later on, but Angus Redmond was lights out early on and through most of this matchup. Michigan Tech sweeps the home-and-home series with a 5-1 victory over the Wildcats. The Huskies will travel to East Lansing to face the Spartans next week, while the Cats will face the Badgers. Let's jump to the scoreboards. Other WCHA action. The Alaska Nanooks defeat the Lake Superior State Lakers 4-3 in overtime, and the Ferris State Bulldogs, they were up 3-0 at one point in this matchup, and then the Mavericks, they score 3 goals of their own. However, Ferris State does win this one in Mankato 4-3. And in National Hockey League, the Boston Bruins defeat the Red Wings 1-0. High school football action. The Escanaba Eskimos hosted the Whitehall Vikings this afternoon. Band was fired up. Mo was excited. And we were underway on the first play on offense. The Eskimos draw first blood as Scout Wonder finds a hole and bursts down the field. That's 67 yards for a touchdown. And after the PAT, it was 7-0, just 64 seconds into this one. Escanaba scored on a 64-yard run by Logan Carroll. That made it 14-0. And then moments later, here's Carroll running again. 58 yards down to the Viking 5-yard line. Then, 2 plays later, Justin Popelka dumps this off to Tyler Willett, who finds his way into the end zone, untouched for the score, 21-0 Eskimos. And that was just the first quarter. Later on, it was 3rd and 1 from the 4, and this is Wonder again off the right side. The kick was no good after the score, but it was 27-7 at the half. And even though the Vikings scored a couple of late touchdowns, the Eskimos rolled to a 48-27 victory. Escanaba travels to Alma to face the Panthers next Saturday at 1. How about Division 6 now? Calumet versus Boyne City. First quarter, Ramblers quarterback Mason Gardner would fumble the football. Jesse Helmanen recovers for the Copper Kings, and that would set up a nice run that we're going to see here. A pitch out to Rory Anderson, and Rory is gone. It's hard to catch him, and you're not going to catch him if he gets open field. Check out that one. It's 8-0 for Calumet. Second quarter, Boyne City deep, but this one's going to be picked off one-handed there by Grant Johnson, and he gets down to the Ramblers 5-yard line, and that's going to set up another Anderson touchdown, 22-0 Calumet. And then Anderson contributes on the defense. Bajorn with the tip, and that's Anderson on the interception. And yeah, guess what? That one's to the house. Another score, 55 yards away, 30-0 Calumet. They cruise to a 42-8 victory, and the Copper Kings visit Negaunee next week. On to Division 8. That's North Dickinson, who traveled to Lake Linden-Hubbell for the second time in 3 weeks. First Lakes drive, 7th play, Brendan Middleton bounces outside, breaks a couple arm tackles, and then, yeah, that's 40 yards for the score. 8-0 Lakes after the 2-point conversion. Next Lake Linden-Hubbell drive, 3rd and 6 from the Nordics 25. Carter Crouch, short pass to Lincoln Klein. He breaks 4 or 5 tackles along the far sideline. You got to wrap him up, and you got to hope that it's like 5 guys wrapping him up. Doesn't happen there. 16-0 after the score. Lakes after 6.5 minutes. Second quarter. North Dickinson's Garrett O'Neill looks over the middle for Hunter Matson, but Steve Suonen steps in for the pick. Here he turns it down to the 4-yard line. Middleton scored from there to make it 24-0 North Dickinson, and Lake Linden-Hubbell, they won 46-16. And you never put your hair on the line, but Coach Crouch did. He said if his team won, he'd get a haircut, and the seniors, they got a chance to trim it up. And that would save on a haircut there. Look at the final results for Coach Crouch. They advance to face Norway. Well, the Kingsford Flivvers were also in action today. They welcomed the Grayling Vikings to Flivvers Field for a D5 playoff matchup. Flivvers first drive, and they get a touchdown. This is Sawyer Perpich for the pass to Aiden Johnston, and that's the score. Flivvers lead 7-0. Both teams would stall on their next drive, but eventually the Vikings would find the end zone. This is a 4-yard read option by Cam Summers. and that tied the game up at 7. The Flivvers did respond, though. Sawyer Perpich would drop back to pass. He's going to find his man Trevor Roberts over the middle, but not easily. That's a tip ball, and then the great awareness by Roberts to pull in the touchdown pass for a 21-yard score, 14-7 Flivs. It was the same score at the half. After halftime, the Flivs picked up 30 yards in penalties, and the Vikings capitalized. Cam Summers finds Nick Hunter, and that one's to the house. Game tied at 14. Kingsford did get a field goal to make it 17-14, but the Vikings, they battled back again. Check out this pass from Summers. He's going to find his man Cody Dole down the sideline, and check out this stretch out grab. What a catch there. 2 plays later, it was Summers who would take the lead as he keeps it from a yard out. Vikings go on to win this one 21-17. They will face, 27-17. They will face Menominee next week. How about this? Tech meeting 9th-ranked Ashland. Second quarter, John Williams. This is a 9-yard touchdown, or 9-yard run for a first down. Quickly followed by Brandon Cowie, who finds Ian Fisher. The defender would fall down, and then it's off to the races here. 64 yards for the touchdown, and it was 10-7 in favor of the Huskies. Tech's defense came up with several big plays. The Eagles' Travis Turnowski looked deep for his man Matthew Wilcox, but Travis Tidwell makes the interception despite the interference. Tidwell had 2 picks in the game. Michigan Tech goes on to stun Ashland 24-21. The Eagles committed 4 turnovers. How about we head to the scoreboards, where NMU hosted Hillsdale in a part of their 2nd straight week at home. They get 3 straight weeks at home. They lose 41-38. A great day for Shea Brown, though, 346 yards, 4 touchdowns. And guess what? Next week, the rivalry's renewed. Michigan Tech at Northern Michigan. That game starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and can be seen on our sister station, Fox UP. GLIAC volleyball action, and Michigan Tech gets a big win over Grand Valley State, 3-1. The Huskies and NMU will face off after Northern Michigan falls to Ferris State. They will face off this Tuesday on our sister station, Fox UP. And Finlandia falls to Maranatha Baptist in a sweep 3-0. And, of course, for more sports scores and highlights, you can visit us online at uppermichigansource.com.